This July, Scott Lang and his Ant-suit will return in Ant-Man and the Wasp. We know that this movie's story takes place before Infinity War, so why then is Marvel releasing it after Avengers 3? Well, as it happens, we have a theory about this. If you haven't seen Avengers Infinity War yet, we highly advise you to do so before watching this video, as it is highly spoilerific. Last chance to get out. Marvel presumably wasn't lying when it said Ant-Man and the Wasp takes place before Avengers Infinity War. However, this statement is clearly withholding some information regarding the timeline. Ant-Man was conspicuously absent from Infinity War and will presumably play a prominent role in defeating Thanos in Avengers 4. It also stands to reason that Ant-Man and the Wasp will very likely lay the foundations for dealing with the quantum dimension, or microverse as it is known in the comics, in Avengers 4. The movie will deal with Hank Pym's wife, Janet Van Dyne, and her rescue, or not, from the quantum dimension. In the movie, she has been presumed dead for a long time after disappearing into the quantum dimension on a heroic mission. There are supposed to be hints of this in the first Ant-Man. Marvel's creative brain said that in order for Ant-Man and the Wasp to be a fun superhero romp, it had to be set before the events of Infinity War. This can be achieved by having Hope and Scott go into the quantum dimension. In this dimension, the usual laws of physics go out the window and one can shrink forever and ever. Indeed, before Scott Lang achieved it, it was thought that return from the quantum dimension was impossible. If Scott and Hope return with Janet in tow, then there's a distinct possibility that the events of Infinity War will really already have happened.
Oh God.
Just imagine, Scott and Hope save Janet and reunite her with Hank, only for both of them to turn into dust. What a waste of time. God! All of this is possible because time is essentially meaningless in the quantum dimension, and so the protagonists are not affected by it while it keeps going on in our dimension. So in the end, our heroes can return to our dimension at essentially the same time they left, and voila! They are reinserted into the regular MCU timeline, and the story sinks straight into Infinity War. Marvel's writers have a consultant for all things quantum in physicist Dr. Spiridon Michalakis. The quantum realm has huge ramifications, not just for Ant-Man, but for the entirety of the MCU. Dr. Michalakis pointed out that Ant-Man's powers are far from explored. He is potentially more powerful than even DC's Superman, due to the simple fact that, unlike Ant-Man, Superman is still bound to the universe's physical laws. Ant-Man has no such constraints, however, due to the very nature of reality inside the quantum realm. As a counterpoint, science journalist Chad Orzel points out that while the rules of the quantum dimension may be different, they still exist, and we shouldn't treat it as a magical realm where anything is possible. There's already a lot of speculation about the film's connection to Avengers 4 or Captain Marvel. Will Ant-Man encounter a confused Hawkeye in the post-credits scene? Maybe there never was a Hawkeye in this alternate universe, but a Ronin. What do you think about Ant-Man and the Wasp missing the Infinity War because they were goofing off in another dimension? Let us know in the comments.
You don't need to raise your hands.